Yeah, this is my SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 review for the Nintendo Wii. I thought everyone's done a review of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 3 one, and I thought I'd do the Wii one because it is a quite a unique system, and I don't think I've seen one. Um, but first of all, I noticed this when I bought it, and I only just bought it because I'm not really that into video games anymore. Um, the actual case for it isn't anything special. It's just the front picture, which is pretty boring, and just the back thing. It doesn't say how many characters you got. It's just a pretty vague description on the back with some pretty bad pictures and shit. And that's not the graphics. That's just shitty pictures. And the book is only like 6 pages long, and it doesn't really say anything. It's just like getting started, selecting a profile, controls, introduction, starting the game, and it just tells you the different things and modes, and there's not that many. And some vague things like taunts and grapple. It doesn't really go into much detail with it. It's just, as I said, it's not very long. It doesn't have anything special in it. It's pretty lazy. The book may as well have just said figure it out yourself, and only had 1 page if they were going to be lazy with it. And that's what I get from the whole case of the thing, and that's just a bit of nitpicking, but I'll get into the actual game. Apparently, I haven't played 2007 or 2000. I haven't bought them and played them because I haven't really been into any wrestling video games since since about No Mercy. No, that's better. Since No Mercy on the Nintendo 64 and Revenge, and I still play those occasionally and have a lot of fun with them. But I bought some on some other consoles like Xbox and stuff, and they were really boring, and I just didn't enjoy them. They just weren't as good as Revenge or WCW/NWO Revenge from 1998. That was a really good game. Or No Mercy. That was the Akai and THQ team, and they did really good. And they also made they also did the All Japan games for Japan, which were also they had the same thing, and you can find footage of them here on YouTube, and it's really good. As for the game itself, the controls are add a lot of depth to it, because it takes a bit longer to figure it out. But once you figure it out, it is a lot of fun, to play it, because you got to move to do like an arm drag and stuff like that, or you grab someone to do a.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, good. Sorry, I was talking to someone else. Like you got to move to do something like an arm drag, or you'll grab someone and you lift the control up, and you lift them up, and you go down and you finish the power bomb. Or you want to do a taunt, you press a button and you cross your arms to do CM Punk's thing. So sorry, I was just doing the trigger fingers because that's what the control and the nunchucks like. So that's really interesting, and it is a lot of fun. The graphics is better than, or the graphics are, sorry, better than what you'll find on the PlayStation 2, or the PSP or the DS, or they're considerably better than the handheld ones, but that was expected. The PlayStation 2, it's better than, not as good as the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3 graphics, but what it lacks in graphics, it does make up for in fun. Plus, I'm not too graphics aren't really a big deal with me. I don't care if it doesn't look realistic. Because I still play pretty old games where the 2D side scrolls, but but the graphics aren't as good as what you'll find on Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, but they are pretty decent. One of my problems with every wrestling game since No Mercy and that generation of games is they don't have a good physics engine. Like, you have a big guy running around like he's a small guy, and it's always been something that's bothered me, because the physics engine for for No Mercy and Revenge and the PlayStation ones was very good. Like, when you did a slam, you actually felt like it did, had an impact, and the bigger guys would be heavier, harder to lift, and the smaller guys would, be thrown easier, and they would reverse, or they would have less they'd be less likely to reverse if they were smaller. If they were heavier, they'd be more likely to reverse, and also, the sound on the mat would be heavier if someone was big, and it would be louder if someone was big and heavier. But yeah, in this game, sort of doesn't get that, but none of the games really have. As I said, the physics in more recent games have always really gotten under my skin. It's something that always irritates me because it doesn't have the same flow as it did on the original the SmackDown games on PlayStation, and the games like No Mercy and Revenge and the Old Japan games. They had really good physics engines. As I said, it looked like these guys were wrestling an actual match and not just sort of stumbling into each other and doing a move. But other than that, it is a lot of fun. As I pretty much got the WWE title, I did it with CM Punk really quickly. I did it in about 4 or 5 hours, and even then I was playing pretty shitty. But it was a bit of fun. You can make challenges. Apparently you don't get the GM mode anymore. I wouldn't know because I haven't really played in depth other ones, and the story mode's pretty simple. The creative wrestler it's alright. There's not really that many moves or costumes or anything, or not as many as I expect there to be. Another thing that shits me is it doesn't have every character. Like, it doesn't have London and Kendrick. It doesn't have Cade and Murdoch, but it's got Crime Time. It doesn't have a lot of guys in it, and whereas previous ones on N64 and PlayStation, they had every character in them. Like, you had Funaki, and you had Takamashina-ku, and jobbers like that. In this, you don't have those guys. You basically just got, and even the ECW things. They don't have Kevin Thorne. They don't have Stevie Richards, but they do have Terry Funk and Sabu and stuff. But really, there's only like a handful of ECW guys. They've got The Rock and Austin, and they've got Bret Hart. I don't know why they put The Rock in it. They put The Rock in everyone. But whatever. I do like the struggle system for submission holds. That's pretty cool. I played the previous ones, and I think it's a better system, or it's easier to control. And where each wrestler has different styles, it sort of irritates me because it means everyone's got the same basic moves. I'd like to choose my own basic moves. Like, I'd want to do a chop and a kick or something like that. But I think you might be able to do that. But everyone has their own different things, and that also means you got guys like Triple H doing the kip up, and like Shawn Michaels, and same thing with Stone Cold, when it's just pretty unrealistic. But if you're gonna get if you own a Wii, don't. It's recommended, but only slightly. You'd probably better off getting Mario Galaxy, because I also got that, and that is a really fucking fun game. It's got good graphics, and it's really fun, and it fucks with your head because just the physics and that, like you're running around a planet and stuff. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. Yeah, if I'd like to hear other people's thoughts on it, if they've played it, or if their criticisms, if I missed anything. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.